Good morning, sir. We are the group that will be presenting the company San Miguel Corporation. So I am Caitlin Gail Morales and I will be discussing the background and nature of the San Miguel Corporation Company. So for a quick background, San Miguel is one of the largest and most diversified conglomerates in the Philippines by revenues and total assets. Revenues of the company is about 4% of the Philippines' total GDP in 2020. It is also one of the largest employers with a direct workforce of 45,522 employees as of December 2020. Up to date, San Miguel Corporation has more than 100 major facilities located in the Philippines, Southeast Asia, China, Australia, and New Zealand. San Miguel Corporation has also its international partner companies, namely the Kirin Brewery, Nihon Yamamura Glass, US-based Hormel Foods Corporation, and Korea Water Resources Corporation. Lastly, San Miguel Corporation is listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange market as SMC. So for the history of San Miguel Corporation, it started in 1890 where the La Fábrica de Cerveza de San Miguel is built. The La Fábrica de Cerveza de San Miguel is Southeast Asia's first brewery and eventually became one of the best-selling beers in the region. Cerveza is their first product. By 1914, San Miguel beer was exported from Manila to Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Guam. And in 1948, San Miguel established a brewery in Hong Kong, which is the first local brewer in the Crown Colony. By 2021, San Miguel Corporation is one of the best-selling beers and is among the top 10 beer brands in the world. SMC also offers wide variety of beverage, food, packaging products. It also diversified into power, tollways, airport, and other industries. SMC's operations also extended their manufacturing operations to Hong Kong, China, Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia. So for their mission and vision, their mission is to provide goods and vital services well within the reach of every Filipino, making everyday life a celebration. For their vision, guided by a strong sense of social, environmental, and economic responsibility. Our business will lead efforts to deliver on national goods, setting the pace and progress in the Philippines. San Miguel Corporation has its five key business groups from which they are the market leaders in these industries. These are the food and beverage, packaging, fuel and oil, energy, and infrastructure. For the food and beverage, we have San Miguel Foods, Ginebra San Miguel, and San Miguel Brewery. San Miguel Foods is the leading food company in the Philippines. Their products vary from animal feeds, fresh chicken, fresh to processed meats, flour, dairy, and many more. Here are some of the products of San Miguel Foods. We have the brand BMEG, where it is known for the pig, chicken, and vitamins for poultry animals. We also have disinfectants for San Miguel Foods. They also offer Nutri-Chunks, which is known for dog food. Next is for the prepared and packaged food, we have the brand Magnolia, which is known for their poultry chicken, processed meats, and many more. They also have Pure Foods Hormel, and these are the known products, tender juicy corned beef and processed chicken. We also have San Miguel Super Coffee, San Mig Coffee, Barako, and Original are some of their products. Under San Miguel Foods, we also have Great Foods and San Miguel Meals. So next is the Ginebra San Miguel. Ginebra San Miguel is the world's largest gin producer by volume, as well as the market leader in the domestic hard liquor market, with core products such as Ginebra San Miguel Gin, GSM Blue Gin, Primera Light Brandy, and Vino Culafu. These are some of their products. Next, we also have San Miguel Brewery, where it is the largest producer of beer in the Philippines, with 9 out of 10 beer drinkers preferring its brand. So these are the known products of San Miguel Brewery. Next, we have the SMC infrastructure, which handles the construction, management, and operation of the country's largest infrastructure networks. Its current portfolio includes the following: the Tarlac Pangasinan La Union Expressway, TPLEX, the Skyway System, Southern Tagalog Arterial Road, SLEX. We also have the NAIA-X, Pasig River Expressway, the AutoSweep RFID, the Bulacan Bulk Water Supply System Project, the rehabilitation of Manila North Harbor Point, and the Boracay Airport. So some of their future projects are the Metro Rail Transit 7, which is MRT 7, and the New Manila International Airport, NMIA. So for packaging, their company is the San Miguel Yamamura Packaging Corporation. This is the business that develops packaging products like metal, paper, composites, plastic, and many more. For fuel and oil, we have the Petron, which is the largest oil refining and marketing company in the Philippines and is a leading player in the Malaysian market. So for SMC Global Power, it is one of the largest power companies in the Philippines, serving as the energy arm of San Miguel Corporation. San Miguel Global Power plays a role in serving one of the biggest power suppliers in the country. So here are their projects: the Sual Coal-Fired Power Plant, San Roque Hydroelectric Power Plant, Ilua Natural Gas Power Plant, Davao Greenfield Power Plant, and the Limay Greenfield Power Plant. So lastly, the San Miguel Properties. It is the corporate real estate arm of San Miguel Corporation. It is the primary property subsidiary of SMC Group, currently 100% owned by SMC. It is presently engaged in commercial property development, sale and leasing properties, management of strategic real estate ventures, and corporate real estate services. So here are the current real estate projects. They also have other businesses like the Anchor Insurance Brokerage Group, Arken Technologies, Bank of Commerce, SMC Retirement Funds Office, ProSync, SMITS Incorporated, and SMC Stock Transfer Group. So for the revenue of the company, as of August 2021, San Miguel Corporation's net income for the first 6 months is said to be 29.6 billion pesos. So this 29.6 billion pesos reversed their 2020 peso loss, which is 3.99 billion pesos. Their revenue for the 2021 consolidated a revenue growth of 16%. The major contributors of the revenue of the company are the Petron Corporation, SMC Global Power, SMC Infrastructure, and San Miguel Food and Beverage. So that's all for the nature of the company. So next we have Gabriel Mendoza to discuss the location of facilities.
Thank you, Kate. For the location of facilities, for the San Miguel Food and Beverages, the company has seven production facilities strategically located across the Philippines to ensure the product availability and freshness, and a highly developed distribution system serving at least 471,000 retail outlets. So here are the following list of infrastructure and their respective locations. Here are for the domestic locations, for the international locations, and for the Ginebra San Miguel Incorporation. In addition, Ginebra owns one distillery, three liquor bottling plants, one cassava starch milk plant, and five bottlers strategically located throughout the Philippines, and one bottling plant and one distillery in Thailand. So here are the following list of infrastructure and their respective locations. Here are the head office, North Luzon, GMA, South Luzon, Visayas, and in Mindanao. For the San Miguel properties, among its completed projects are Asian Leaf, Belle Adea, and Maravilla in Cavite, Wedge Woods in Santa Rosa, and Makati Diamond Residences, Dover Hill, One Dover View, Two Dover View, and Emerald 88 in Metro Manila. And these are the following list of infrastructure and their respective locations. For the San Miguel infrastructure, for the San Miguel Yamamura Packaging Corporation, as San Miguel product portfolio and client increased, it has also expanded its market reach, spreading to as far as Southeast Asia, Australia, Middle East, Africa, United States, and Europe. The company's plants and facilities provide a dynamic, strategically accessible, and world-class supply base, creating a sustainable and competitive advantage. So here are the following lists of infrastructure and their respective locations. Here are for the domestic locations and for the international ones. For the Petron, from Petron Bataan Refinery, Petron delivered their petroleum products to over 30 terminals for storage across the country via barges and vessels. Petron have partnered with leading marine transport firms in ensuring the quality and continuity of their primary distribution in Poro, San Fernando, Navotas, Pandacan, Limay, Gosaps, Pasig, Rosario, Mabini, Pascao, Legazpi, Tacloban, Ormoc, Isabel, Iloilo, Bacolod, Mactan, Mandaue, Tagbilaran, Palawan, Jimenez, Iligan, Tagoloan, Nasipit, Zamboanga, Davao, and Bawing. And here are the following infrastructure and their locations. Here are for the Luzon operations, Visayas operations, and Mindanao operations. They have also international operations. For the San Miguel Global Power, their energy business have San Miguel Energy Corporation, South Premier Power Corp, Strategic Power Development Corp, SMC Consolidated Power Corp, San Miguel Consolidated Power Corporation, Grand Planter International Inc., and many more. As for the plant layout, the building design, in 2020, the company began construction on new battery energy storage system, or BESS, facilities throughout Luzon. These facilities, the first of their kind in the country, will stabilize the supply throughout the grid and help reduce power wastage. Equally important, they pave the way for more viable use of renewables such as solar or wind. We are also scaling up efforts to invest in cleaner, renewable technologies such as liquefied natural gas for future capacity expansion. As for the material handling, the products and businesses of the SMC Group, specifically the beverage, food, packaging, fuel, and oil, and energy businesses depend on the availability of raw materials. Most of these raw materials, including some critical raw materials, are produced from third parties. These raw materials are subject to price volatility caused by a number of factors, including changes in global supply and demand, foreign exchange rate fluctuations, weather conditions, and governmental controls. Aside from said risks, each material input carries risk intrinsic to the economic, social, and environmental aspects of producing and delivering them. So each of the business then faces the impacts and risks adjacent to their primary product and services. For the food and beverage business, it is livestock, sugarcane molasses, anhydrous milk fat, wheat and soybean milk. For the packaging business, glass, aluminum, paper, and composite. For the energy business, coal. For the fuel business, crude oil. And for the infrastructure business, asphalt, concrete, steel, wood, and clay. So the management approach, business are equipped with the latest technology managed by highly skilled teams who ensure processes are constantly efficient and regularity monitored. SMC also invests in research and development of better materials and more efficient processes that could lessen the overall impact of the company's overall materials consumption. To further minimize wastage, materials left over from the production process are assessed for viability. If certain materials are deemed to viable and will not compromise batch quality, they will be reused in production. So, some of the material byproducts that are recycled and reused as inputs are for the food and beverage business, offal, bakery meal, wheat germ, pollard, and barn, spent grain and breweries yeast, animal byproducts. In the packaging business, glass, aluminum, paper, and composites. For the energy business, it is coal, and for the fuel business, crude oil. And last, for the infrastructure business, we have asphalt, concrete, steel, wood, and clay. So here is Jasper Laguloshan for the operations management.
Thank you. So for the operations management, it was based from the report of Miss Maria Raquel Paula Jilic Cauco. She is a Vice President, Head of SMC, Corporate Affairs Office. As shown in the graph, during 2020, materials used for both renewable and non-renewable materials is lower than the previous year, which is determined by weight or volume. Also, materials recycled has lowered. Some of the material byproducts that are recycled and reused as inputs for food and beverage business are offal, bakery meal, wheat germ, pollard, and bran. For packaging business, petri grinds, glass bottles, plastic bags, and cups. The company recognizes that the production of packaging materials in whatever form uses resources like energy, water, chemicals, and petroleum. The manufacture of such materials often generates air emissions, wastewater, and other byproducts. As part of its commitment to the environment, the company has helped reduce packaging waste by reusing certain materials such as glass bottles, pallets, and plastic crates. SMC continues to evaluate opportunities both within and outside the SMC group and examines processes and material requirements and identifies all material derivatives and byproducts which may be useful to other business unit supply chain as inputs. This lower wastage and maximize the use of raw materials. For example, the animal nutrition and health segment under SMFI uses the byproducts of other SMFB subsidiaries as raw materials, among them spent grain and yeast from SMB, pollard from San Miguel Mills Incorporated, and offal and feathers from its poultry and dressing plants. Procurement practices. As shown in the table, the percentage of procurement budget used for operations rose by 26% from year 2019 to 2020. Procurement is the process of finding and agreeing to terms and acquiring goods, services, or works from an external source, often through a tendering or competitive bidding process. The company can explore synergies with local suppliers where applicable and suitable by actively engaging with qualified third-party providers who can suitably cater to the requirements of the business. As SMC will be giving its suppliers an opportunity to improve their financial condition. The company also strives to improve accountability within our network through embedding of ethical practices within procurement processes, increased transparency in transactions, optimization of procedures for customer responsiveness, increased flexibility in determining optimal and efficient strategies, identification of areas for expertise development, and more. So for the economic performance, as shown in the table, economic performance in terms of revenue for SMB starts to decline during 2020 from 2019. The following risks that have adverse impact on SMC's business operations and may constrain the company's financial performance are the following: COVID-19 pandemic, disruption of operations, digital commerce platforms, changes in consumer preferences and purchasing power, diversification of businesses and acquisition of new businesses, Possible disagreements among joint venture partners, availability of financing, potential shortage of raw materials, and increases and changes in applicable tax, and more. The extent to which the COVID-19 pandemic will continue to impact the company will depend on future developments, including a successful vaccine rollout, the timeliness and effectiveness of actions taken to contain and mitigate the effects of COVID-19 both in the Philippines and internationally by governments, healthcare providers, health system participants, other businesses, and individuals. The outcomes of these developments are highly uncertain and cannot be predicted. To the extent the COVID-19 pandemic adversely affects the business and financial results of the company. It may also have the effect of heightening many of the other risks described in this report. SMC's main employee learning and development trust is geared towards ensuring organizational effectiveness in the following areas: executive development, through a program with the Asian Institute of Management AIM and management development and staff development programs in partnership with the Ateneo Graduate School of Business. The intention is to achieve a robust talent pipeline and succession program for the entire organization. For learning and development efforts to be effective, the company ensures that it is guided by individual development plans that are aligned with key strategic directions and overall business objectives or goals. Training is conducted with a holistic approach. SMC ensures that all employees receive training to align their knowledge and skills with their designated teams before they formally begin working. Facilities-based employees are trained in plant safety measures and emergency protocols. The table shows the total training hours spent by employees during 2019 and 2020. Total training hours during 2020 garnered to a total time of 299,837 hours, were 81,266 and 194,670 hours for female and male employees respectively, while total training hours during 2019 garnered to a total time of 515,766 hours, were 140,158 and 376,265 hours for female and male employees respectively. Training on anti-corruption is included in values and leadership training seminars and employee orientation programs. It forms part of corporate governance seminars required of directors and key officers of the company. Labor relations seminars also include a module on corruption. The company will continue to promote anti-corruption awareness and responsibility through leadership training seminars, employee orientation programs, and labor relations seminars. The company will also continue to include anti-corruption as a topic in corporate governance seminars required to be attended by directors and key officers of the company. Also, employees are encouraged to speak out and call the attention of management to any suspected wrongdoing within the organization. The whistleblowing policy protects the informer from any retribution or retaliation and empowers them to communicate directly to the SMC Audit Committee through the Office of the General Counsel for such concerns. As shown in the table, all employees, business partners, directors, and management are reached out for anti-corruption, training, and seminars. So for the quality control, it will be discussed by Mr. Talents.
Thank you, Jasper Lagulaw. So in terms of quality control, SMC ensures that the quality standards of their products are uniformly across all of its production and services by the compliance system. The ISO 22000 Food Safety Management System, the ISO 9001 International Standards for Quality and Management System, the FSSC 22000 Food Safety System recognized by the GFSI, the RA 10161 Food Safety Act of the Philippines, and HACCP or Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point Model. With the implementation of this international organization for standardization, SMC intends to continue to strengthen its commitment to quality assurance and safety management. Its system guidelines is anchored on hazard analysis and critical control points model and good manufacturing practice. They also conform to the statutory and regulatory requirements in relation to quality assurance, especially to food safety. Its good practice is a mandatory requirement across SMC Group based on international hygiene standards to ensure high quality and safe products. The SMC also intends with the objectives of complying with the Food Safety Act of the Philippines, RA 10611, and the needs and requirements of the customers. When it comes to monitoring, assessment, and training programs, SMC's quality standards are uniformly across all of its production and service facilities. Whether company owned or contractual, including through training, it provides to its third party operators before they commence operation. SMC Group strives to strengthen the competencies of its employees, specifically for those succession pipeline of key personnel. The subsidiaries of SMC have established employee training programs such as Brewing School for SMB that trains brewmasters, the San Miguel Pure Foods University, Leadership Enrichment and Development Program of Petron, and management training programs in partnership with Harvard Business Publishing and John Clements Consultants that prepare their employees to take on higher responsibilities. The SMC Group also incurs in additional expenses in hiring and training replacement personnel in a competitive job market. It may take time for this new personnel to reach the level of technical skills and expertise of the personnel being replaced. In addition, the SMC Group has relied and will continue to rely significantly on the continued individual and collective contribution of its senior management team. In terms of good practice, SMC ensures the quality of the products and services by reducing the risk of contamination of its products through strict sanitation procedures and constant monitoring and response. Consistent with the hazard analysis and critical control point model, it has identified specific stages of processing where preventive measures such as equipment sterilization, hygiene, temperature control, and regular equipment testing will greatly reduce risks. Likewise, SMC follows good manufacturing practices, which is a key factor to produce good quality and safe and affordable products. In terms of maintenance management, SMC undertakes precautions to minimize impacts and risks of any significant operational problems in its facilities and production through effective, regular, and scheduled facility maintenance and inspections. SMC also have representatives that oversees plant operations on a regular basis, providing technical support and working closely with the management. Third-party operators and conducting periodic operational audits. In terms of profitability improvement programs such as Petron, they have been implementing various programs and initiatives to achieve key performances on reliability, efficiency, and safety in its refinery. These programs include the Reliability, Availability, and Maintenance Program and the Profitability Improvement Program, which were developed and implemented in coordination with KBC Market Services. KBC Market Services, an international consultant, the program resulted in improved operational availability and lower maintenance costs through higher plant reliability and longer turnaround cycle of 4 to 5 years from the previous 2 years. Next is Sophia Sayasaya to introduce SMC's organizational structure.
So for organizational structure, here is the organizational chart of San Miguel Corporation. On top, we can see the chairman and CEO, followed by the president and CEO, and as follows. On the other side, we can also see the board of directors, audit and risk oversight committee, and internal auditor. Here are the board of directors of San Miguel Corporation. Ramon S. Ang as vice chairman, president, COO, and executive committee. John Paul L. Lang, Aurora T. Calderon, Joselito D. Campos Jr., and as follows. Here are the company officers of San Miguel Corporation. We also have Ramon S. Ang here, Ferdinand K. Constantino, Virgilio S. Jacinto, and Mary Rose S. Tan. For San Miguel and Food Beverages Incorporated, we have Roberto N. Huang, Emmanuel B. Macalalag, Francisco S. Halejo III, and Carlos M. Berba. For San Miguel Yamamura Packaging Corporation, we have Ferdinand A. Tumpalan. For Petron Corporation, Lubin M. Napomuceno. For SMC Global Power Holdings Corporation, Elenita Digo. For San Miguel Holdings Corporation, Lorenzo G. Formoso III. And for San Miguel Properties Incorporated, Karen V. Ramos. Here are the board of committees and it is divided into four, and each group have a chairman. For executive committee, the chairman is vacant, but they do have vice chairman, which is again Ramon S. Ang. For Related Party Transactions Committee, the chairman is Teresita J. Leonardo de Castro. For Audit and Risk Oversight Committee, Margarito B. Teves. And for Corporate Governance Committee, Reynato S. Puno. Here are some of the organizational chart of the companies of San Miguel Corporation. We have San Miguel Food and Beverages Incorporated and Petron Corporation. Here's Chris Ann Alva for company policies.
So for the company policies, they have 11 policy. First is the whistleblowing policy. It aimed to encourage employees to speak out and call the attention of management to any suspected wrongdoing which is contrary to the principles of the Code of Ethics and the violations of the corporation's rule and regulations. The policy aims to protect the whistleblower from retribution or retaliation and provides the disincentive to passively allowing the commission of wrongly conduct. And the second, code of ethics, it is focusing on the ethics indicating on the employees. So the employees should first exercise the corporate citizenship and protect the corporate interest by conducting business affairs in fairness, honesty, and in compliance with the law. Second is protect the quotient confidential knowledge or data on the products, business strategies, processes, systems, or other important information during even after employment with the company. Third is uphold the corporate interest and not grant undue personal favors, especially in matters of awarding leaderships, contracts, or in hiring and similar activities. Engaging only in such private activities or business that are consistent with his responsibilities as an employee and are not detrimental to the interest of the company. Exercising utmost discretion in accepting personal favors and gifts from individual or doing business with the company and refuse any gifts that might be considered bribery of any form. Utilize company property funds, equipment, and time solely for the purpose required by the company. Seek clearance from the management prior to engage in outside work, and then accept the responsibilities to ensure the code of ethics is being enforced at all times. So third is the conflict of interest policy. This policy was adopted on July 11, 2003. Here, the board directors, company offers, and the employees are required to disclose the extent of their business interest in order to determine any possible conflicts of interest. Employees of the corporation are expected to give in due time and attention to the corporation in carrying out their duties and responsibilities. Third is the conflict of interest that can also emerge when an officer or employee of the corporations involved in outside organization consumes a substantial amount of time and attention. Fourth, policy on dealings in securities. This policy statement are as follows. It covers the definition, prohibition, notification, disclosure, dealing in shares of other companies, consequences for breach of policy, and additional information. The fifth policy is related party transaction policy. Transactions with related parties are made at normal market prices and terms. Each financial year, an assessment is made must be conducted on an arm's length basis. As provided under Article 3, Section 9 of the Corporation's bylaws, the vote of the two-thirds of the Board of Directions constituting a quorum shall be required to approve the three requirements. So the contracts between the corporation, then the management contracts itself, then the appointment. So it should be approved. Sixth, policy, the policy and the data relating to health, safety, welfare of employees, including training. So in the sixth policy, the corporation supports several wellness programs and that take care of the employees' well-being. So it strives to protect its employees from harm. The corporation is also dedicated to promoting drug-free workplace. So also it seeks to have accident-free operations. So in policy and data relating to health and etc. They have programs to protect employees and their dependents against financial burden that come with illness or injury. The employee may enjoy the benefits under the plan as long as he has accrued sick leave credits. The following are provided like free hospitalization, the medical consultation, medicines, and other medical services. Also, for dependents, cover dental, diagnostic procedures, and outpatient services. So also in policy data, they have trainings and education philosophy. The corporation develops the employee not just technical or functional expertise, but on work support skills and leadership management. Seven, policy is the internal audit charter. This charter policy is to maintain an internal auditing activity. San Miguel Group audit, it covers its policy, the role, its authority, independence and objectivity, responsibility, standards of professional practices, internal audit plan, reporting and monitoring, and the quality assurance and improvement programs. The eighth policy is the personal data privacy policy. It includes their definition, their organizational security measures, the data privacy principles, physical and technical security measures, right of data subject, so the data breaches and security incidents, and outsourcing and subcontracting agreements. The ninth policy is the Audit and the Risk Oversight Committee Charter. The 10th is the Related Party Transaction Committee Charter and Corporate Governance Committee Charter. It sets out its purpose, membership and qualification, the structure and operation, duties and responsibilities of each policy. That's all the company's policy. And again, here is Miss Sophia Saysaya for explaining the strategy, the responsibility, and the type of structure of San Miguel Corporation.
So, for the strategy, the goal of San Miguel is to help people enjoy and progress in their lives by providing a variety of products and services. San Miguel's goal is to provide every customer and consumer with the best that they have to offer, whether in terms of quality, affordability, or variety. The strategy is compromised by five major components. One is enhance the value for established businesses. This is to strengthen brands by improving product visibility and targeting areas. Two is continue to diversify into industries that underpin the development and growth of the Philippine economy. Of course, in order to grow, San Miguel need to seek for strategic acquisition and other opportunities. Three is identify and pursue synergies across businesses through vertical integration, platform matching, and channel management. San Miguel will create an even broader distribution network for their products and they will also expand the customer's base. Four is invest in develop business with market leading positions. San Miguel intends to further enhance market position in the Philippines by leveraging the company's financial resources and experience to allow it to continue to introduce new products and services. And lastly, adapt world-leading practices and joint development of businesses to develop a strategic partnerships with global industry leaders. Corporate social responsibility. San Miguel Corporation invests in social projects not only because it makes good business sense, but because San Miguel Corporation believes the private sector needs to do its part. San Miguel believes that if the cities and communities we serve are thriving, San Miguel will thrive too. For the divisional structure, San Miguel Corporation, it is a divisional structure. San Miguel Corporation is a divisional structure as it has many business units. The purpose of the divisional structure is to develop work teams that can generate comparable goods suiting the demands of various groups. Divisional structures works best for businesses with a wide range of product offerings or regional operations. The divisional structure might be advantageous since it allows the firm to operate more efficiently. Furthermore, the failure of one division does not put the other divisions in jeopardy. Subsidiaries gain from the main company's brand and capital under the multi-divisional structure. So, for the notable programs and track records implemented by San Miguel Corporation and its foundation, we have John Christopher Almasara.
As one of the biggest conglomerates in the Philippines, San Miguel Corporation takes pride on their contributions on the community as well as their impressive track records toward it. Their privately funded San Miguel Foundation Corporation has championed environmental stewardship, community and enterprise development, education, health, disaster management, and volunteerism as solutions to social problems. In 2019, San Miguel Foundation Incorporation started a movement of building communities capable of standing on their own. This movement is called the Better World Communities, which comprises of the following components: the values formation, the food banking and rescue, after-school learning, and first 1,000 days program. Their slogan, Your World Made Better, goal is to revisit our better selves, to take action for hope of a better community. San Miguel Corporation believed that as a private sector, it is important for them to do its part for better cities and companies will result in the thriving of the company. With a little less than 50 years of history, San Miguel Foundation solidified its experience and developmental work, being experts on a corporate social responsibility. This specializes on mass communication, business, administration, social work, developmental studies, and social entrepreneurship. Their extensive networks of SMC businesses units are co-helping each other in terms of doing good with each and everyone's own ecosystem. One of the crucial things the foundation learned is that ending poverty does not come with private sectors simply giving the people handouts. With the underprivileged people needed is for an opportunity for them to solve their own problems, as well as having them make their own choices. By aiding these people, they will gain options as well as proper income, and slowly their dependence on others will diminish, proving themselves to be capable of standing on their own feet. With the foundation set in place, here are the notable programs and track records implemented by the San Miguel Corporation and its foundation. For its enterprise is Hog Dispersal Program. San Miguel Corporation takes part on transports of hog with its nationwide hog inventory and facilities. Amid the African swine fever scare earlier last year, San Miguel Corporation gives opportunity to local piggery businesses and other small farmers for the betterment of the hog industry, and also considering the coronavirus pandemic effects in the economy. Grants to families of soldiers killed in action. The conglomerate took initiative on rebuilding communities amid the Marawi clash that happened in early 2017. They provided startup packages for the families of the soldier killed in action. This will serve as a basic source of sustainable income for the long term with estimated 2 million pesos per family. The San Miguel Market Food Hub. Only this October, maybe last week, SMC inaugurated a market food hub relocated at Sariaya, Quezon for the future of the Fisher Folk family. It is predicted to be part of a later larger food supply hub all over Quezon province for the enablement of the local fishermen and the strengthening of local agriculture. For their programs on education, they have learning opportunities, which is job opportunities for K-12 graduates, and on-the-job training for undergraduates. The San Miguel Corporation developed a learning-oriented program called Boys Town. Boys Town is committed to helping underprivileged youth by proving them technical skills for economic opportunities, such as the manufacturing sector. Earlier this April, San Miguel Yamamura Packaging Corporation, in partnership with Mesco Incorporated, upgraded its Boys Town facilities with an additional manufacturing equipment. Meanwhile, the Ginebra San Miguel offered full scholarship grant for select students in state universities. These state universities include Pangasinan State University in Urdaneta City, Pangasinan, Central State University in Muñoz, Nueva Ecija, Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila in Intramuros, Manila Batangas State University in Batangas City, Batangas, and Negros Oriental State University in Dumaguete, Negros Oriental. The scholarship grant gave way to graduating students of BS Mechanical Engineering and BS Chemistry. The company will also provide employment opportunities for the scholarship grantee who will pass the board exam. For the San Miguel construction and housing projects, they gave permanent homes worth over 2 billion pesos, including the people of Cagayan de Oro, Iligan City, Negros Oriental, Valenzuela, Leyte, Bohol, Bataan, and Davao. Lastly, the SMC's first urban farm within its head office in Mandaluyong were recently built last March. The farm aims to encourage its staff by putting agriculture and make them experience food and self-sufficiency. Interested workers are provided with a plot of land in the Malasakit Garden for them to use it as a space for growing whatever produce they like. For the environmental, social, and governance, here is John Salvimen Harris.
Thank you. And so to start, let's first discuss what ESG is. ESG, or the environmental, social, and governance criteria, are a set of standards for a company's operations that socially conscious investors use to screen potential investments. Environmental criteria consider how a company performs as a steward of nature. Social criteria examines how it manages relationships with employees, suppliers, customers, and the communities where it operates. Governance deals with the company's leadership, executive pay, audits, internal controls, and shareholder rights. These are some of the environmental criteria of San Miguel Corporation. First is emission profiling. The emission testing determines the compliance of a plant with the Clean Air Act. Plants which fail the test are directed to improve the quality of their emission to comply with the law. The testing carried out in the plants generates savings for the corporation since it does not need to spend for the services of testing contractors. More importantly, it improves the performance and efficiency of air pollution source equipment. Next is biogas recovery. SMC's breweries in Mandaue, Davao, and Polo, and Distilleria Bago Incorporated treat their wastewater employing the anaerobic biological process. A byproduct of this process is biogas, which contains methane gas, and the simple molecular structure of methane gas makes it the cleanest gas in use today. The gas is recovered by the breweries and used as fuels for their boiler units, a total of 25,940,173. Next is Environmental Forum. CTSEMG organizes the quarterly Environmental Forum, which started in 1998. The forum is designed for SMC staff responsible for pollution management and control, particularly the pollution control officer. Its purpose is to broaden knowledge of environmental laws, technology, updates, waste management, and operation of waste treatment facilities. Disaster management. This project includes relief distribution to calamity-stricken areas and rehabilitation activities such as the provision of livelihood projects and repair of school buildings and daycare centers. San Miguel business units plays an active role as well as the employee who answered the call for fundraising campaigns. Lastly, local consumer activities. These are marketing and sales projects to support their operation either in areas where SMC have a stronghold or in areas where they want to establish their position. To continue, here is Mr. Enslea J. Sedano to discuss the social and governance criteria.
Thank you, Mr. Manjares. And for the social criteria of San Miguel Corporation, the company is built on trust and values that have been passed down from one generation of San Miguel employees to the next. Passion for success, teamwork, respect for the people, customer focus, innovativeness, integrity, and social responsibility. All these values remain relevant across the San Miguel Group and are best summed up by one word, malasakit. A sincere desire to do good and to do well by the company, the people, and the country. San Miguel Corporation's social hope to inspire us to do our part in creating a more inclusive, sustainable, and resilient world. Their programs champion development in economic mobility and inclusivity, nutrition and health, sustainability, and climate change related issues. Through focused corporate giving efforts, they want to be able to accelerate social change one community at a time. Here are the governance criteria of San Miguel Corporation. San Miguel Corporation is committed to the highest standard of corporate governance. Good governance is the key in effective decision making and in delivering on corporate strategies that generate shareholder value and safeguard the long term interests of shareholders. Under shareholders' rights, the company recognizes the most cogent proof of good corporate governance is that which is visible to the eyes of its investors. Stakeholder relations. San Miguel Corporation exercises transparency when dealing with shareholders, customers, employees, trade partners, creditors, and all other stakeholders. The company ensures that these transactions adhere to fair business practices to establish long-term and mutually beneficial relationships. And for the board of directors, compliance with the principles of corporate governance starts with the company's board of directors. The board is responsible for oversight of the business affairs and integrity of the company, determination of the company's mission, long-term strategy, and objectives, the management of the company's risk through evaluation and ensuring the adequacy of the company's internal controls and procedure. The last is company's code of ethics. This sets out the fundamental standard of conduct and values consistent with the principles of governance and business practices that should guide and define the actions and decisions of the directors, officers, and employees of the company. The principle and standards prescribed of the code of ethics apply to all directors, senior managers, and employees of the company. Thank you.